Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the January 28th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment to look this over. The question of the day is, who am I trying to change today? The passage starts off with a person describing that they have more than one daughter who is suffering from alcoholism, and that this person was trying to do things for them, but they were incredibly stressed out and feeling very unhealthy from it. So they say when they came to Al-Anon, they kept hearing about detachment, and this person was confused because they thought that they needed to be more involved in their daughters' lives. But it took this person time to realize that in Al-Anon, we focus on ourselves. When we work on ourselves, we inadvertently help our loved ones. And today's reminder is about detachment, helping us to recover and heal. And the quote is from Discovering Choices, Recovery and Relationships. And it says, it's hard for us to let go when we still believe that we have the power to change someone else, because we don't have nobody has the power to change anybody. None of us. Nobody, nowhere, anywhere. So who am I trying to change today? It's interesting because although today's reading is on January 28th, I'm actually recording it on January 21st, and the presidential inauguration was yesterday. And I don't talk about politics. There's no reason for me to talk about politics, but what I will mention is the application of what is in my control. What am I trying to change? What am I falsely believing that I can change? And ultimately, why am I resisting? And so it's funny because I actually chaired a meeting. I wasn't planning on chairing my meeting, but I logged on to my Al-Anon meeting today, and it was a minute after the starting time, and no one had started the opening, so I volunteered to do that, and I read the reading in Courage to Change, and that reading ended up being about halt, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, but it was also about knowing what is our business and what isn't our business, like knowing what is my business, knowing what is not my business. And that's no different than this. What can I control? What can I not control? I can control very little. And when I start getting uncomfortable feelings about things that I have absolutely no control over, it's time for me to regroup and realize that it is fruitless trying to change things that are not in my control. The only thing I can do is think and behave in a way that makes me feel good. So that's it. It's so funny because even though the situations tend to feel complicated, the solutions are usually very simple because it goes back to these teachings, these Al-Anon teachings about what can you control and what can't you control, what is in your power, what is not in your power, and that's it. So I'm not, who am I trying to change? I would like everyone to be loving and gentle and accepting of each other. I can't control any of that. The only thing that I can do is be accepting, be loving, be gentle. That's it. That's the whole thing. I feel better. I feel better. I was feeling kind of grumpy today. Even when I was chairing the meeting, I was describing how I was having kind of a, it's very unlike me. I'm not a grumpy person, but I was feeling kind of like it's really, really cold here today, and I went out and I ran some errands. Yesterday was so cold I didn't go out at all, but today I really felt like I wanted to go out and get some things done, and I ended up going to 3 stores instead of 4 stores because I was so uncomfortable outside in the cold that I consolidated and got what I could at 1 store instead of going to 2 different stores for those things on my list. So it's so funny how, I think it's one thing, and then when I talk about it, I listened my whole meeting. I listened for an hour to brilliant, wise people speak at my Al-Anon meeting, and now I'm recording this, and I'm realizing that it's all about me resisting the fact that I am powerless over certain things, the weather, the government, people's personalities. And, I say that, and I've got so much to be grateful for in all those categories that I just mentioned. I have so much to be grateful for, and I am so grateful. Ah, what a relief. Ah, that feels so much better than feeling uptight and unsettled. God, I love Al-Anon. All right, I'm going to read this right now. So beautiful. This does have a tab on it. It's about why we keep coming back, and it's because of the serenity that we receive. When I know, and this person is writing about how they notice if they don't come to meetings on a regular basis, things become unmanageable all over again. And that has being around someone who has a substance abuse problem, alcohol being a substance, has lasting impacts on those around them. And continuing to come to Al-Anon, even if we feel like we are in recovery or our loved ones are in recovery, we find that it gives us consistency, security, friendship. It helps us continue to grow. It helps us handle difficult situations, helps us to be more peaceful. It's really quite amazing. So I find it very grounding. Today's reminder, yes, our recovery is a healthy way of life where we continually work on ourselves. The quote is from Just for Today, and it says, "We will have our program, and we will follow it the best we can." And this reading is just, to me, the perfect example of how gentle the Al-Anon program is. Like, just reading this page is so soothing and comforting that there's a place that we can go and find comfort and find acceptance. I just think that is so amazing. It's very beautiful. I'm so extremely grateful. We'll close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.